Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to Rahman Digital Production. This is lecture number 84 of physics, and today we are going to discuss types of reflection. There are two types of reflections. Number one is called regular reflection. The second name for this reflection is specular reflection. The second one is irregular reflection or diffused reflection. These are the two types of reflection. So let us concentrate only on these two types of reflection. There are two columns in this figure. The left column is saying type of reflection. The second one is showing characteristics. So, what is regular reflection and what is going to be happened inside this type of reflection? We will discuss that in the right column. So, you can see that the incident rays and the reflected rays when passing from a smooth surface or still water, then both are equal according to the two laws of reflection. The incident rays angle and the reflected angles are equal in case of regular reflection, as you can see from the figure. The second type of reflection is diffused reflection, and that is also known as irregular reflection. When the incoming rays are passing from a rough surface, as you can see in the figure beneath, that when after the reflection it will not be regularly reflected after the incidence. But remember, dear learners, that the two laws of reflection are also applicable to this scenario as well. The angle of incident must be equal to angle of reflection. So they will all lies in the same plane as well. So the two laws which we discussed yesterday are not only applicable to the regular reflection, it is also applicable to the irregular reflection as well. What are the two characteristics of the regular reflection? Concentrate on the right side of the column. Number one is light is reflected in one direction only, as can be seen in the second type of reflection. The light rays are reflected or dispersed in different direction. That is irregular reflection. But in case of regular or specular reflection, light is reflected in only one direction. The second characteristic of this type of reflection is that regular reflection occurs on smooth surfaces such as a mirror or a still clear water surface. As I told you that this type of reflection can occur only on the smooth surfaces or still clear water surfaces. This can be occur. Now let's turn our focus to the second type of reflection, which is known as irregular reflection as well. The first characteristic is light is reflected through a range of different angles. the diffuse reflection can occur only on rough surfaces such as an unpolished wall, paper screen, or cloth. So these are the two type of reflection which we are observing. Yesterday I told you that tomorrow we will study, and we have studied it. Now another very important topic is that rays meet plane mirrors. Let us study this one, and let us study it through a practical. This practical is used to find the position and characteristic of an image formed by a plane mirror. So you can see that in the middle of that wooden box, the you can see that there is this one is a plane mirror. So three pens are required in one is here, second is here, and the third is here. The three pens are of not the same size, and that is because due to certain reason. We will discuss that in a moment. So we required apparatus, plane mirror, three pens, a graph paper, which you can see here that this is the graph paper we need, and then the wooden holder, which is this one, which is holding the mirror. Now what we will do first, the procedure is you have to follow is this one. First of all, you have to arrange the setup as shown in the figure. In this particular format, you have to make the arrangement. Now the second thing you have to do is observe the image formed. Observe the image formed. Now we are observing the figure, and we will formulate those observation in this topic, the next coming topic, that what we have observed in this experiment. Now dear learners, that the image formed by the plane mirror is number one, it is of the same size of as the object. As you can see that this size and this size, if you are observing it with your eyes, you will see that both images are of the same size, and that is quite visible as well from the mirror in which we are seeing our image. So this is the same, that the size of our face is the same as we are seeing it in the mirror. So in this case also, because it is a plane mirror, so it will be the same. Now you have to, it is literally inverted. If you can see that this is a bit inverted inside this, because we are seeing it from the side which is not straight, so it will be a bit inverted from left to right, which is this one. The first one is saying that it is of the same size of as the object. It is laterally inverted left to right inversion. And it is upright. Whatever the direction of this image is, that will be the direction of object as well. So you can see all these things in this experiment. The fourth one is it is virtual. Now what is virtual? This is very, very important. And that is a virtual image cannot be projected onto a screen because light rays do not actually meet at the image position. What does it mean? You are seeing that this image is virtual. If you remove this error, this mirror, if you remove this mirror, then you will not see the image. The images which are formed by our television LED screen are virtual, because if you remove the screen, then you will not see anything. For example, if you are seeing a cricket match on the television screen and you want to see that there is a ground looking in the television, I want to remove this screen and see the background images, then you won't be able. So anything on the screen, when you are putting the screen and you are seeing the images, they are virtual images. But if you remove the screen and you are not seeing the images, then they are the virtual images. If you are putting a screen at that position where you are seeing the image, then you won't be able to observe that on the screen. So that is why it is called virtual images. As I told you, a virtual image cannot be projected onto a screen because light rays do not actually meet at the image position. Thus, if you were to place a screen at the image position, you won't see any on the screen. And that is what I told you. The next one is, which is the fifth one, it is at a position as far behind the mirror as the object is in front of the mirror. Here you will do what? You have to count these square on this side and these square on the other side. So whatever the distance of the object is from the mirror, that will be the distance of the image from the mirror as well. So it is at a position as far behind the mirror as the object is in front of the mirror. Okay, dear learners, now we are turning our focus to the ray diagram for plane mirror. That is very important, and I saw many questions in the different examination system on these things. We are starting from the very basic concept, and if you are paying full attention to these questions, you won't feel any difficulty in the subsequent or in your examination. Let us observe and draw the image. First of all, this is an object. This is an object, and this is a plane mirror. Whenever you are drawing just a dot, so you have to draw a line of the same size on both the sides is this much, so this will also be of the same size, and I am making this image for you people here, that this is the image. Now you can draw it here as well, that is the original one, but this one is the same to that one, so you have to draw the image first. Then there is an eye here, and I made this eye. We have to direct this dot, the upper portion, to one position and the lower portion to another position. So we will draw it like this, and the eye will see it in this position. Might be my diagram is not that much to the point, but this is the actual process, that this will be seen, this image will be seen from here, and this will be reflected from here, because we are technically calling it is reflection topic. So when we are seeing this image will be reflected from this mirror at these two positions. So here I did all the things for you people. So this I will observe this image, and the distance of this and this will be the same as we observed in case of the experiment, that on both sides we are. Let me do it once more for you people, this one. Then you have to draw one line till here and one line till here, and then from there one line till here and one line till here, and that will be the whole story. Now that was a single spot, we made the image of that. But if we are drawing an image of an arrow, so first you have to draw these red lines of equal size from the upper portion to the lower portion of this, and the lower to the lower portion of this. Now that is the red one. Then the upper part should be directed according to that spot to this location. And the next one, let me change the color so you will be able, the upper line will be till here and the lower line will be till here. So these are the two lines for the upper part. In the same case, when this is drawn here, so you have to carry one to the upper part of the eye and one to the lower part of the eye. And in this case, I will see this one to this. Remember that this distance will be equal to this, and this distance will be equal to this. By seeing the diagram, it is looking very complicated. But once you learn this diagram, how to draw it, then it is super class easy for you people. The first dot is here, so it will be here just like that. The second dot is here and the second dot will be of the same distance. You have to measure the distance from this side and this side as well. Then from the upper part you have to draw a line like this, and from the lower also, and then make these two lines in this case, which will show the reflection of the image to you on your eyes. Because of the lack of the time, I made this diagram for you and I copied it from the book. So let us see. This type of question is available in the exams, especially in Cambridge examination. Now this is the object. This is the object. And there are two mirrors. This is M1 and this is M2. This mirror is M2. Both are at right angle to each other. Now the eye is here. So they are saying that make a ray diagram that at how many spots we will observe the image of only one object. Now let us see about the image 1. You have to draw what? You have to draw an equal amount of line on this side. This side will be equal to this side. And then you have to draw a line which will be directed to the upper part of the eye and to the lower part of the eye. And then from the object you have to connect these two lines. So in this particular fashion you will see that these are the images we can see, in which we are seeing the first one. In this we are seeing the first one image. Now let us turn our focus to image number 2, which is this one. So from here to here you have to draw a straight line of the same size, and then from the image you have to carry two lines, one to the upper portion of the eye and one to the lower portion of the eye, and then you have to connect and reflect these two lines. The direction will be this one and their direction will be this one. So keep in mind that we are going to observe the second image. Once you understood the concept of that small spot, that how to draw it, then any sort of image drawing is extremely easy. Now let us turn our focus to this I3, which is image 3. First of all, we have to draw an image, and that will be of 90 degree. So it will go there and it will go there. From this point, you have to draw one line in this direction and the second line in this direction, and from there you have to draw the line. Just like, let me erase these things. So just like in this case, we drew a line of 90 degree here and 90 degree here. So this will also be at 90 degree. This will be at 90 degree. And similarly, this line will also be of 90 degree. Now the rest is simple. From that position, you have to carry 1 point first from here, or first to here and then to the eyes. And in this particular fashion, these three images can be found. The eye will see one image here, the second image here, and the third image here. There will be three images observed by the human eyes in this particular case. But remember, if the mirrors are at the 90 degree angle, then you will see these type of images. Now next topic is a bit longer one, and that is some important application of plane mirrors, where we can utilize these. Why we learn these ray diagrams, why we learn regular and irregular reflection, why we learn reflection. So all these things can be applied somewhere in our daily lives, and tomorrow's topic is all about that one. Stick to me for that. Thank you very much for your time. Allah Hafiz.